We're going to speak to now former sprinter for Team GB, Adam Gemili in Paris for us. Good morning, Adam. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, very, very well. Thanks so much for coming on with us. A brilliant day once again yesterday, but Simone Biles is the one yesterday who just stole the show once more, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. What an absolute athlete. Just incredible to watch. Incredible to sort of. I always think is a true testament when other athletes are in awe of you. As an athlete yourself, I think that's a true testament of how good you really are, and yeah, what she's done for that sport is incredible. And yeah, it was a good day yesterday as well. Andy Murray playing his last game, which was super sad. I think everyone in the British team really did feel that. What an absolute legend of sport in general. He's a phenomenal athlete. I remember meeting him in Rio and just sitting in the physio room and getting physio next to him, and he was just talking to me like I was just any other normal person. I was like, wow, you just won Wimbledon and you've just done all these incredible things, and he was so excited to be at the Olympic Games. So I think that really tells you how important it really is, these Olympic Games for athletes. Well, you might not think so. So yeah, for Andy Murray it was brilliant.
Adam, so obviously you've got a great insight into this. You've been to an Olympics, you've been in the Olympic Village, you've represented Team GB. When something like this, when something as poignant as this, so Andy Murray, his final game of tennis happens, will that affect the other members of Team GB? Will they be inspired by the Andy Murray story, or do you keep more separate than that?
No, I think absolutely. I think one thing that Team GB do really well at an Olympic Games is bringing that sense of camaraderie, and the team does feel like a team. Everyone supports everyone in the village, in the Team GB building. There's a big TV. Everyone's watching everyone. Everyone's supporting everyone, tweeting, social media. When the person comes back into the village, they're getting so much love and support. And I really think Andy Murray will give that inspiration to a lot of athletes out there who... he might give that one or two extra percent, and in sport, 1 or 2 extra percent can be the difference between winning a medal and not. So no, the team really does come together, and it was a really sad day, but a really happy day as well for Andy yesterday.
It was that moment where he kind of came back out. Dan Evans starts to get upset, and Andy kind of closes his eyes and he just claps the crowd, and you think it all must just come flashing back, like that 19-year career, and it all ends there in defeat, but not without fight. You know, that's what's so special about him, and that's what's been so enjoyable in this Games, that he's retired where he wanted to retire. He's given it a good go. He's performed. It's been entertaining, and you know, he's not gone out without a fight, and he's looked happy. He's looked so happy, like he's at peace with everything.
Exactly.
Adam, can I ask you, when you said that you had treatment next to Andy Murray that time, there was some insight regarding what he's like at the Athletes Village. Apparently he kind of goes around and he tries to get pin badges from kind of all of the different athletes because he collects them on his accreditation. Is that true?
Yeah, so that's the thing that athletes and anyone who comes to an Olympic Games, we're given specific pins depending on what country you're from, and the aim is to collect as many pins as possible by trading them with different countries. So you go out to another country, say, oh, have you got pin to swap? You give them a GB pin and they give you a whatever pin. And I know Andy Murray especially, I remember seeing him in Rio, and I used to collect the pins in London and Rio, and I don't do it anymore because my accreditation got so heavy. But I remember seeing him in Rio and sitting next to me. And he took his accreditation off, and he had pins from everywhere. Did he? Like, I'm sure he had no issue getting them because he's Andy Murray, and everyone's desperate to swap them for him. Yeah, it's incredible. But that's what I mean. He's embracing that Olympic culture. He's embracing that sort of the thing that makes the Olympics special. It brings people together from different corners of the globe, from different sports who might not necessarily cross over. And like I said, someone like Andy Murray, at the level he's at in sport, for him to just feel like another normal athlete amongst the team in the village, it's brilliant. It's
funny because apparently he really wanted a Simone Biles one, and somebody from Team GB has got it for Andy Murray. They've got that Team USA badge for him, so he'll probably retire really happy now he's got that. But yeah, I want a live stream in the Olympic Village. I just really want to know what goes on behind closed doors.
It's fascinating, isn't it? It's fascinating. Like,
you don't.
Tell us, Adam. Tell us
everything. There's an expose here.
Well, I'm with talkSPORT for the next 2 weeks really. So I'm sure we could get into some finer details over the next couple of weeks. But the village is a really, I'll tell you what, it's a really professional place. It's the top sports people from every sport in the world. Everyone's been training for the last 4 years, working hard to really compete at their best. And then once they finish competing, that's when chaos sort of ensues, I think everyone sort of lets loose a little bit, maybe has a few drinks, maybe goes out, parties a little bit. Like I've got stories from going out to my 200 meter heats in the morning, and the swimmers that are coming off the night out, and I'm like seeing them in the lift, and I'm like, where have you guys been? They're like, oh, we're just coming in, and I'm like, oh, well, I'm about to go and compete. So yeah, it's always a great environment, and yeah, the village is certainly an interesting place for sure.
I can't wait to hear more about that, Adam. Thank you. Adam,
Absolutely.
Today's events, Keely Hodgkinson, looking forward to that one.
Track things.
She's one of our medal hopes. She's one of our medal favourites, and I think if there's an Olympics for her to win, it's this one. And we forget how young she is. She's so young already, and we put so much sort of pressure and hope on her, but she loves it. She absolutely loves it, and that's when she performs well, when she's got that pressure, when she is one of the favourites. And I think she's going to qualify really well this evening. And I'd be super surprised if she didn't go out there and really put a good marker down in the heats and let everyone know, listen, I'm Keely and I've arrived. But we've also got Gemili, who was 4th in Tokyo, and we've also got young Phoebe Gill, 17 years old, competing in the 800 metres, which is... So I competed in my first Olympics when I was 18, so I know exactly how she must be feeling. She's going to be so excited but so nervous, and I hope she really enjoys the whole stadium and the whole Olympic environment, because it's a very unique thing, and I think she'll realise the scale of what she's actually done as a 17-year-old after Paris. When she's at home in her off-season, she's sitting there on the sofa, she's like, wow, fair play. I did an Olympic Games at 17, so I'm really excited for her to go out there and show the world who she is and what she can do.
Brilliant. And just finally, what are you most looking forward to? You're a sprinter by trade, but what else are you looking forward to from this Games?
Obviously, the athletics is going to be fantastic. There's some great events. I'm looking forward to the 4 hurdles, the 400 metres, and obviously the sprints especially. They're the ones that I'm really excited to watch. I'm actually looking forward to a bit of the trampolining today. I think we've got Bryony Page, who's one of the favourites. And I know Bryony, she's a good friend of mine, and she's defending world champion. So this could be her chance that she could win an Olympic gold. And obviously the badminton as well, I'm looking forward to. I like badminton myself. So, and then the boxing on Saturday, that's going to be the main sort of day. So yeah, it's going to be one not to miss for sure.